Hello, fellow and future traders. In this video, we will be going over the opening up of a demo account. Um, and it's really simple. The basic premise is that we are going to be using a specific broker, Oanda, in order to demo all of our strategies and access all of the functionality that they have to offer, and practice trading. So go to your browser and we'll be typing in fxtrade.oanda.com. And once you get there, you'll see this screen pop up, or something like it. They change it periodically, so depending on when you see this video, it might be a little bit different. But what you want to do is there's a few buttons. The one that you want to go to first is to try a free demo. So you just go to that, and you're going to be looking for a FX Trade practice account. It's a demo account, virtual funds. And the only other one is the FX Trade with the live account and real funds. So they make it pretty simple. FX Trade practice, the one we're going to go to. We'll select that. Register now. Fill all this out. The product is the demo account. We don't want to switch this. It's a free demo account. Fill out your name, email, all of this information, your passwords and everything. When you click register, it'll send a confirmation email. When you click on that link in your email, it'll bring you back to a screen that looks kind of like this. Instead of secure sign in, it'll say confirm your email. You want to make sure that you do that step because you have to actually sign in to confirm your email. You follow the link, then sign in, and it looks like it says, it doesn't say secure sign in, it says confirm or validate your email. So once you do that, you'll be able to log in or Forex Trading Academy, and we just type in our password real quick. And here it'll start out. One of the first things that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to change your your account balance to something more reasonable. If you have 100,000 and you want to try trading with 100,000, and that's something that realistically you would invest, that's the amount of risk capital that you would have, then by all means keep it at 100,000. I got really excited when I first started out trading. I wasn't paying attention to the account balance as much, and I thought, wow, I can really make a lot of money. And after once I changed the add or remove funds, and I selected my account and I changed it to a more reasonable amount for me at the time was $1,000. That's all I really wanted to risk. And if you do that right off the bat, you'll have a lot more accurate expectations, a lot more realistic expectations. So we submit that. The other option there is the leverage, and we'll just select 50 to 1. We'll just make sure that stays at 50 to 1. That's your max leverage. And if you don't know, there's a little text box that you can read about. But we're gonna select, for our purposes in this instruction course, we're gonna be at 50 to 1 with $1,000 account balance. That way we're all on the same. You can change it down to 10 or 100, if that's closer to what you would want to start trading with. Again, it's risk capital. Think of it as money that you can lose, that you're okay with losing, kind of like what you would take to Vegas. If you were going to go to Las Vegas and you have an amount that you're willing to lose. So we submit that. That'll change in our platform. It'll update our platform. So down here, the first couple of things that I want to go through is Once you have all that set up, if you want to pause the video, go set that up, then come back and kind of split screen it so you have the platform on one side and the video going on the other side, and you can just do kind of, whichever way you like. You just drag your window and it'll separate the screens in half. Or if you just want to follow, however you want to follow along, we're going to be optimizing the browser. I'm going to go through a few of the buttons real quick just to get some of the basic stuff down. This is the big stuff. You can see this is all of your quote panel over here. You can see right now it's about 1:45 in the morning, 1:48 in the morning. The currencies are moving. They're all moving. They're all fluctuating. The euro, US dollar is moving. Here's our account balance. There's a number of things that you can select to have there. We're going to go through this systematically. There's a lot of buttons, a lot of different things that we can mess with. And kind of what I want to do is just optimize the platform first. So this video is kind of a combination of setting it up and opening a demo account and then setting up the platform. First, what we want to do is just look at these buttons here. Disconnect, lock, and quit. They're kind of self-explanatory. Lockout is really helpful because it requires you, if you step away but you don't want to disconnect and have to reload the whole platform, it requires that you enter your password in order to get back in, but then it pops right back in instead of having to reload. I have a 3-year-old son who likes to play the Forex Trading Academy game, is what he calls it. You want to buy and sell. If it's going up, you buy. That's what he'll say. Anyway, here's the next thing we want to look at is account. Buy, sell. That's his favorite stuff. Close all these. We'll be going over these buttons a little bit more, and these selections. Full transaction history. Some of these are self-explanatory, but we'll go over each one of these a lot more in detail in later videos. So we'll skip over to tools. This is where we're going to optimize the browser. First, I don't really use the action buttons. The action buttons are these on the side. They're kind of, quick references, economic analysis, news, things, technical analysis. There's things that you can just pop right into if you want to pop right into FX trade from FX practice, or you want to go to your history, your trading history. You want to report a bug, well, little bug, or hop into the forums. I don't really use those, so I click that off. The next thing that I do is I deselect the filter. The filter is just kind of if you have a whole bunch of trades, or you have a whole bunch of news, and you want to filter out a certain certain group of it. It's kind of like a search bar. It doesn't really get in the way, but I take that off. Then the font size, I keep it at 11. If you change it larger, everything gets larger. The buttons get larger, the text gets larger, so on and so forth. So I like to just keep it at 11. That's good for my purposes. Color scheme, I find that a white chart is kind of harsh on the eyes, so I actually like to go with the black chart. It's easier to see the colors when you're dealing with the candlestick chart. It's easier on my eyes overall. So I do black. You can do whatever you want. Mess around with them. Green's kind of cool, but whatever you want to do there. So a lot of these things are just going to be preferences, but in order to be on the same page and have the platforms look similar when you're taking future courses, or you're watching future videos from the Forex Trading Academy, I'm kind of showing you how I set up the platforms so that your platform looks like the videos platforms. We trade in English. If you want to trade in a different language, there's tons of them. Always on top, this is just going to be selecting what windows always stay on top. So if another pop-up comes up, it doesn't mess with your browser. It doesn't get in the way when you're about to execute a trade. When you're doing kind of a scalping or a quick action, and you have, say, a chat window that pops up, it's sometimes helpful to keep these things always in front, so nothing else can take the preference. Uh, Pip profit calculator, we'll go into that later. The user preferences, so we're going to drop into this real quick. I'm not going to go over all the buttons. I want to direct your attention first to removing ignore the weekend and closed market data. We want all the data that we can possibly have. So deselect those, go over to the next quotes. We're going to remove all of those quotes, that's this quote panel here. That's this quote list and quote panel. We're going to remove all of those, and we're going to select the 8 majors and in order, and I'll kind of go through this a little bit slower, but in order, it's the Australian dollar, US dollar. Then we're going to select the Euro, US dollar. The next is the Great British Pound, US dollar, GBP, USD. Then last, New Zealand dollar, US dollar, and then the rest are going to be US dollar first, which US dollar Canadian dollar, US dollar Swiss franc, and then the US dollar Japanese yen. And we add those here. And that selects all 8. And if you're astute, you'll notice that there's actually only 7. But what we've done is we've paired them all with the US dollar. And so that actually makes a total of 8 currencies represented because they're done in pairs. You can see that there's a lot more that you can choose from. There's, for example, the what is this, Singapore dollar, the Thai baht, the Mexican peso. There's a lot more currencies, and also you can mix like the Euro, Great British Pound. You can mix any one of the 8s. There's a couple different reasons why you'd want to do that, but for our purposes in the classes that you'll be taking through the Forex Trading Academy in the future videos, this is the way we want to set it up. So we'll select apply for that, and then that updates our in order. That updates our quote panel over here, and I just like to resize this to make it a little bit instead of so wide. I like to resize that, and I also like to resize this all the way up so it's only a small window because we're only going to be doing 1 or 2 trades at a time. The next thing that we're going to be editing in our user preferences are periods. Looks like there's a few things down here. Okay, so the periods, we're going to remove all of these. Are the default periods. We're going to remove all of those, and we're just going to select each of the ones: 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, and 1 week. And now you can go all the way down to 5 seconds, or you can go the highest is 1 week, but you can select 12-hour bars or 15 hours. If you don't understand what we're selecting at this point, it's okay. If you don't know about all these quotes and what we're dealing with, that's okay. If you don't understand what a time period is and what that represents, it's okay. We're going to go over that stuff. So 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week. This is just, again, it's just to have uniformity so that your platform looks like my platform. So then again, apply there. Trading, we're not going to mess with any of these except over here. Confirmation windows, deselect. Confirm position reversal, deselect. Confirm one-click trades, deselect. And show one-click trade tooltip, deselect. So basically the way I like to talk about these 4 things that we just deselected, these are like safeties. Confirmation windows, these are like, are you sure? Or you just did this, hit OK. And these are just kind of feedbacks that either stop you or remind you of something that you just did. So I deselect those. Also confirm position reversals. We're not going to be messing with reversals for a while, so we just deselect those. Confirm one-click trades. That's if you want to just trade using this button. You can enter the units, and then um, you're just going to click buy or click sell, and that's once you enter the units here, it's a one-click trade after that. Um, we don't want to confirm that. We want to just allow it to go through. When we're practicing, it just makes it a little bit easier. It's not as clunky. And then also show one-click trade tooltip. So that would be this amount available, and so on and so forth, and what if we wanted to trade the euro US dollar and how much we have available, and if you want to trade the Great British Pound US dollar, that's how much is available, and if you select a certain amount of units, for example 20,000 units, and you want to buy 20,000 units, 1 pip would equal, I can't go over there, but 1 pip would equal $2. Trade value is X, margin used is Y, and so on and so forth. We want to actually keep that tooltip on. We can deselect it. It doesn't matter if we have it on or off. We'll keep that on. The rest of the stuff is all just default. It could be your time zone where we are currently is GMT -7. We are in Mountain Time. I just use system time, so it just is always local. Countries, United States. Sounds, we'll get through that later. And everything else is good from there. Everything else is just fine. We can keep everything. At the end, you should have a chart that looks like this. And this is the first video. We have one video before this, which is the 5 W's of Forex, and that's kind of an overall intro. This is the first video on how to trade Forex. If we want to start with a very fundamental video, it's the first thing on how to do it is setting up a demo platform, because the rest of the way that we're going to interact with the Forex market is through this platform. So optimizing the platform and instructing through the platform through live trades. It is just dumping right now. Through live trades, we must have had a news event or something. The boards are going crazy right now. And the euro US dollar is just dropping. Anyway, it's really important to have it set up and optimized this same way. I hope this video has helped you. If you don't continue watching Forex Trading Academy videos, that's fine, but this at least allows you to set up a demo account and then optimize it for future videos. So beyond that, that concludes this video. Thanks for watching.